Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Give me a sound check, please. Let me see. Can you hear me? Please, can anyone hear me? Hey, Tim, welcome back, man.
I hear you loud and clear, Nathan.
Loud and clear. Sounds good to me. Thanks, man. Welcome back. Hope your week was better than mine, dude.
Well, one of my favorite artists released an album this week, YUGAN Blackrock, and I have been listening to that over and over, and that has made for many a good mood. I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
I'll drop a link in chat.
Okay, drop a link in chat and I'll put it in the show description afterwards. The other show has been updated already, by the way. Go ahead. Sorry. Okay, well, while we're here, welcome back, everybody. Renee is here. Hi, Tim. Samo made it to the last show, but I forgot to shout him out when he walked in. Hey, Samo, thanks for everything, man. You're a great mod. And I love your spirit. I love your spirit and your heart. And you're like, oh, man, you talk about it so good. I love it. And Aussie Boss back. Welcome back to the Quorum Show. This is the panel. OB2, welcome back. And Samo, Sarah, Tim. Everybody's coming back. That's awesome. Aussie, Samo. Okay, everybody is here. But let me see here. I'm just like, okay, here we go. Link is there. Let me, you know what? I need to go ahead and do this because can you actually put that in the private chat, dude?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. That way I can copy it. This way I can't copy it like this. Everybody can go to it. Everybody can see it on YouTube, but I'm not on YouTube.
But you can't.
Right. Okay, got it. Copied the link, and I will have it in the description after the show, right at the near the top. Let's see. Oh, whoops.
Like I said, latest album is amazing. You really, it's Bandcamp, so you can like give it a listen before you buy it. It's
yep. Okay, and coming in the front door, hey Lynn, welcome back.
Hi Nathan, how are you? Hi
Pretty
Tim.
Good. So y'all saw me going over the week, right? I was arrested for dog tickets. Lynn, did you get a chance to see that yet?
See the dog tickets?
Yeah, the Rich Saves America. I reviewed.
I haven't.
When I was arrested.
Okay. I have not seen it, but I'll tell you what. As on edge as cops are these days, they treat everybody like they're gonna shoot them.
Yeah, this was years ago though. So remember my neighborhood? It was always a rough neighborhood.
Oh yeah, they stopped us one night.
Yeah.
We were going home. We lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you live right down from me.
I was the wrong color.
Ooh.
So they thought we were drug seeking. And well, we are the wrong color, I should say. And they thought we were drug seeking. Where do you live? Well, on Vulcan Avenue. Can I see your license or registration? And Frank gave him the license and registration. He asked for it. There you are. But he didn't like it because there it is. Boop. We were what we said we were. We went right there. We went in the house and shut the light off. And he followed us the whole way.
Yeah. I don't know. This was back in 2012 or something for me, but Operation Shutdown and
about the same time for us.
What was going on then? Medi, thank you for finding the Quantum Show. I said it last show. If you're meant to be here, you will find your way here, and you have. You are certified quantum. That's just I don't like I was saying I don't sell books. I don't go out there. I get out as much as I can. I do like 1 or 2 events a year, and who knows? But you're here. You are quantum. Operation Shutdown also. So, did y'all see the action figures
I
pictures?
did. I saw them. It was so
I love
cool.
the action figure.
That is Robot Jim.
Tell you, they're sturdy too.
Huh?
So they're sturdy.
Yeah, they
You
look.
know.
They look very. What is it? I said the game. Space Marines. They look
Yeah.
very Warhammer. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And that actually was an accident. It was supposed to be. See, the picture he came up with was from the like just below the waist up, and the AI he just shunted that over to the, and that's cool, right? He shunted it over that, and that was the complete figure. So he made him like very top heavy. I'm like, oh my, I love it. Talk about a happy accident, and it worked perfect. Hey, Amanda, welcome back. I know you've been here before, or maybe you haven't. I just found you. Right. Like and subscribe. Great that you're here. You found me. See, I said it. Look, people are coming in because they're quantum. They're following the quantum vibes, and they're
Nice.
saying, "Oh wow, something's happening. What is this? Click quantum show, action figure, dog tickets. Oh yeah, pink hat. Hell yeah."
Embarrassed. Oh my.
We have found each other. Amanda's Crazy Life channel. We have found each other. You're in the right place. Let me tell
Oh
you.
yeah. Anybody with a crazy life belongs here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But y'all were here listening to the solo. Amanda, that's what I call it. The solo is the first hour, and then I bring in people. Other people may show up. Other links were sent. Who knows?
Like
I don't
weird
know.
people and crazy people like us.
Hmm. And if y'all will notice, if somebody else comes in, I will take this chat off the screen. I'm just checking it. It's something that has been added to StreamYard.
Huh.
And
I like it.
it seems to be
Because
working nice.
Doesn't help me at all. I can't see it.
well, if
Yeah,
you're in private chat, you can still see what's going on in the comments, and
Sometimes
you'll
that's necessary.
yeah, and I'm wondering if you get to see the hearts and stuff that they send. Here, I'll test it out real quick. Can you see the heart?
No.
No. That's too bad.
Oh well.
let me see.
You can see it on YouTube. The hearts and that.
I wish that Nathan could see them sometimes because everyone pushes buttons
Oh,
at the end, and there's
right.
like lots of hearts going up. And
For real? Everybody's pushing that button? Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome. I didn't know that. I'm
Lot of
not
it.
watching on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
And it only happens during the live. It doesn't
right.
replay them.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
no. That's too bad because the well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Now you got me all blushing and embarrassed.
Oh yeah, it's going wild now.
I've got to see what's going on over there on YouTube. I'll just keep it on. I'm not going to listen to it or nothing. I'll just want to see what's going on over there.
I should get a bunch of crazy feedback. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
I'm
keep
not
that
gonna.
one muted.
I'm gonna.
So hard.
Nope.
All right.
I keep that one muted, but sometimes I got to go in there and for moderator tasks, like
Right.
I can right click on people and get channel activity, go to channel. Mostly I use it for subscribing to new people like Medi and Amanda, and I already had the Operation Shutdown.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm saying that's awesome. Thanks everybody.
Wow.
Spanking that heart button. Spank it. Spank it like you love it.
Oh boy. Oh dear
Okay,
God,
this is
here we
confusing to
go.
our
Our
listeners.
reputations are in the toilet. Oh, wait a minute. They're already there, so it's all
What
right.
is Tim? Show me your mug. What is that mug? What's on the mug?
Oh, it's a skull and crossbones.
Awesome.
Of course.
Okay, I need one. I need something. I need
You need
to
something
put
like
that
that.
on my car.
I
I
got
need to put that on the
stickers
radar.
on mine like it's a car.
Yeah, I just got.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
shout out.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Good ones like drop your shoulders, unclench your teeth. Yeah, that's a big one for me. Don't clench those teeth. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, relax your hands, breathe out slow, and take a moment, which is good for
You know what
me
I will
because
do
I
right
get
now?
crazy. And then that which does not kill you gives you a set of unhealthy coping mechanisms and a dark sense of humor.
Amanda, I am going to put your channel in the description because you showed up and that's awesome. Thank you so much. It'll be up there after the show. Oh, whoops.
Yeah. There's so too many shows are out there that are cutting each other's throats, and people within those shows. And we're here to help each other. We're not here to off each other, okay? Not what's supposed to happen.
What is the point of that? And you know what? That was what I was talking about in
I know.
I said here is Amanda's channel. I will show that on screen. Amanda's Crazy Life channel 6966. Repeating numbers, good choice. Go like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So, but what you were saying, I was taking a look. I've been trying to listen to X Twitter Spaces. They are just fighting with each other, and they're talking about. Oh, there you go, Lynn. That one's for you. They've just been talking about.
Thank you.
Too easy. Yeah, go over to Amanda's Crazy Life channel, like and subscribe. She's quantum.
Yeah, we do these shows. We're not paid for them largely, and some people are, of course, but they're big guys. Right. And if it ever gets to a place where people are sniping and backstabbing and stuff, I'm out of here. I'm gone.
Yeah, we don't.
I won't live my life like that.
That has happened, and everyone just leaves. And I promote that. I don't want people to be here when there's that bad stuff happening. The whole internet does that. I'm not going to do that.
No. It's no good for anybody. It's no good to the listener either. And yeah, no, it's there's if we want that kind of sniping carrying on, we can go to work.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right,
we can go to work. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm happily retired. Have been for a number of years, and I wouldn't go back to that mess no how. I just will not live like that anymore. I think I found a better way. And of course, everybody doesn't have that opportunity to be able to retire, but I didn't really get a choice either.
Yeah. Well, that has led me to that. Well, that led me originally to spaces, and that's the part of ufology I wanted to talk about in my first hour was they're fighting each other. I mean, I have never seen a bunch of people go on spaces and just attack each other, and they all just keep doing it like it's like your turn to attack, your turn to attack, I am not going to be a part of that. I left. I can only take so much of that, and people yelling and screaming at each other. and being insulting in the worst of ways, posting up pictures, AI generated to make the other person look bad. What does that accomplish?
Really?
I'm not even going to say what the pictures were. I saw the pictures. I'm not even.
That's
No.
okay.
And
yeah, let's don't perpetuate that mess.
Yeah, and I had a troll come on my channel that I talked about. He was criticizing my design and goggles. He said he literally has $1 million to spend. I'm like, okay, buddy, show. And he has no content. And like you said, Tim, sounds like a child. You should see the channel. It looks like a kid's channel. It looks like some.
That's part of the thing too, though. You get people that are relative amateurs on YouTube, and I say relative because, well, we've been at this a little bit, so I don't think we're too amateurish. But you get somebody who's an absolute newbie, and they suddenly think that that's the way to behave, and I assure you, it's not. It's not the right way to behave for anyone. You wouldn't see a large news organization putting it out there. Now they act like that, but they don't put it out there. So,
Well, you heard it here on the Quantum Show. Absolute booby, people. Absolute.
Absolute what?
Booby.
Booby.
Absolute booby. That's what I heard you say. You get these people coming on that are an absolute booby, and I'm like,
I said newbie, not booby. Although booby would be correct.
Oh, yeah. Betty is saying,
hey, might have lost its space. Come on,
you heard it here. You heard it here on the Quantum Show. Okay, absolute booby on YouTube. Perfect.
Well, that's not outside of Webster's either. I'll tell you that for nothing. The idea of being somebody like that is to be an absolute imbecile.
Yeah, it's an old term.
It sure is.
It's a really old term. But Tim, what were you going to say? Sorry, I didn't.
I was curious about X Space. I haven't been on X, Twitter, whatever it's called, in quite a while, and I was just, are these like a big deal now?
They are taking front center for a lot of social stuff now. Yeah, they're becoming a big deal. Let me see if Red Panda Koala is having one right now, and I will just play what's going. See, here's what the screen looks like, right?
Okay.
Let me. Now hold on, I'm not playing the audio.
So it's like a podcast with a bunch of users in it,
right?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Like, it's not even a big gotcha. Like people are just so lazy, to be honest. Like, that's right to me. But I think it's like someone adjacent to Steve or Steve. Just saying, if you're hearing Steve, sorry. Like, it's a very bad vocal.
I don't know if I'm set on either of those. Maybe AKA, but it might just be some other person I never heard of. But we do know they were saying
this is one of those decent spaces, Medi.
Like Twain, if that makes sense.
Allegedly, they're back channeling with Eric about this whole Greer Mossad thing. So, and he just appeared out of nowhere. So weird.
I don't know about that.
You sure he's just not trolling you, dude?
Well, it's probably that. That's what I'm trying to say. No, that's not. I'm not even trying to talk about being on a payroll. I'm just saying, like, if you really listen to the way all these people that are in government, like AKA Steve, and blah blah blah, even Nick Gold, like, they all talk the same. Like, they all sound so nerdy and fucking geeky as shit. Anyways,
I'm glad we're in the NC-17 portion.
It's funny to me. It really sounded like Steve, though.
Y'all hear?
Is the
yes.
I'm trying to.
It sounds like a multi-user podcast
at the moment, and
it is.
I just
okay.
Go listen to like Steve's latest.
It annoys me sometimes when they they're not clear on how they market these things, but I understand on Some of them, it's new technology. They don't know what to call it when they add a freaking AI robot to, yeah.
Right.
Well, and the worst of it is they don't bother to find out.
Yeah. Well,
Medi is saying host, co-host, and 10 speakers. When you do what do you got to be the blue check mark on Twitter, on X? You got to be certified. Is that what it is? Certified. Paying $7 a month, but they charged me a year in advance. I'm like, oh God, okay, fine, let's do that. No,
ooh, wow,
okay. No blue check mark. Okay. Yeah. Well, I went ahead and did it. Thanks, Quantum Show. That all link pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. That's what got me into certified Twitter, listening to these shows and having access to these people. Because okay, anybody can be a host or speaker. Okay, awesome. That's great. You don't have to be certified, but I went ahead and got certified because I wasn't able to talk to Anjali. And I wanted to. I don't know. Anjali is another person in ufology, major player. Okay. And she was one of the black ops, or I don't want to say black ops because she wasn't a boots on the ground person. She was in command area. Really cool lady. Awesome lady. And right. That's how I got contacts. But I had to get the check mark. So I had to pay for it, which is okay. I mean, that's fine, you know. But Spaces has become a big deal. It is. When you hear the references, they're kind of a lot of times they'll be referring to something that was said during Spaces or discussed in X Spaces. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of the arguing comes from. And it is being continued from YouTube, from Facebook, from Rumble. Oh my God, Rumble. Rumble is becoming a problem. Okay. And it's being continued. The division, my stuff is better than your stuff. You're a liar. You're fake and all this, you're on the loot train and all this. Okay. There might be some substance to that, but don't go with it. Like I really am into Tupa and Red Panda, but I'm not no hero worshiper. Okay, a lot of people they have these particular icons on Twitter. I'm just gonna say Twitter because saying X is like I don't know. That sounds like the movie rental place that you don't normally want to go to. And
right, that's
I don't know why
you issues. Not just who owns it, but with the whole titling, and you still don't know whether to call it a tweet or what you call it an X space linguist.
Right. And well, Medi, I think I'm following you over there, and I think that's how you found me. I'm not sure, and I don't know how to find you right at the moment. I'm just gonna leave it alone for now. But I just wanted to bring up that they are becoming a major. It's a I can't think of the words. I'm kind of messing with my words right now. It is a major front stage thing now because all these people are going to Spaces, not just us curious people, but senators are going. People who go to the ufology conferences and present, people who talk in front of Congress. Right. Amy does that.
Yeah.
Good Morning UFO. I suggest Medi, you go check out Good Morning UFO if you haven't already, because she is awesome. She is the lighter side of ufology. Okay. I hope you can find her. Link is in the description. If you would like to go check it out, go for it. Tell her I sent you. tell her, hey, this quantum dude with long hair and a Star Wars shirt said I should look at your channel with a Bigfoot on his show. Well,
you're okay,
I'm surprised you like me, Medi, honestly. You know? Woo Rider has showed up. I shout out everybody if I can manage to do it. Quantum level is, man, you need boots for this stuff in here. Quantum level rising.
Shooting high and drowning fast.
Yep, we're going all of it. But that's okay.
We're going to need a diving suit soon for everything that's out there.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just, but but I said there's a lot of, of the bad stuff there. There's also a lot of good stuff. There really is. First, you can get in touch with these people. And that is a invaluable thing. You cannot put a price tag on that. $7 a month. Okay, I can talk to, what's his name? Tim Burchett. I can tweet to Tim Burchett directly. By the way, if anybody doesn't know who Tim Burchett is, he is the he's senator over in Knoxville, East Tennessee, and he's got guns on his wall. That's awesome. I like it. He's a big
man that's out there.
Hey, he's a very big ufology disclosure proponent. I'm all about that. And but that being said, I support the guys that want ufology disclosure from the government. However, we have to do it ourselves. I am not waiting for a permit, a license, them to stamp my little book. I don't need them to do that. I've already done that. And
let them come to us.
They're already here. We just have to perceive them. It's you know what I'm talking about.
Sure
Everybody
do.
knows what I'm talking about. Okay.
It strikes me that this sort of a platform would be a good place to shop for interviews and things like that too. If you ever got into doing that.
Yeah. Let me see here. She's got her. Is it she? I'm sorry. Is it she? I don't know. I'm going with she.
Male user.
She.
Yeah, Medi's a male user. I can just tell from the profile picture.
Medi. Okay. Well, sorry, Medi. Medi. I'm looking. I
think the YIE, that sort of thing, sometimes will mislead. I know that my username on YouTube has most people thinking I'm not female.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although that keeps a lot of trolls off me too.
Following. I'm following Medi. Yep. Let's see. What does he say about himself right here? Pipe smoking man of true freedom. I will not be forced to accept anything or anyone. It must be earned. Freddie, Eddie, TB, Candace, the fight for truth never ends. Sounds good to me, dude. Okay, I'm there.
Yeah.
Thanks for finding the Quantum Show, and come on over. Like, subscribe. Let me go ahead and hide that comment. So yeah, I'm okay. Yes, male for sure. Male. Sorry. I saw the Medi and I think Maddie and I think woman.
Madeline. Yeah.
Yeah, just a thing, right? Okay.
I think gendered names are silly. I want to be named Gargon X.
You wouldn't like it too well if you were a Lynn, Lyn, and some smartass registered you for the draft and you were called.
Ooh.
I strongly think one of my sisters did that. And of course, by threat of the government, I went. Well, they did their best to get me to say I do, but I didn't, and I wasn't gonna. And my parents were like, "What? Oh, now what have you got yourself into?" I think I had help on that one.
I need to put Rich's channel up there so it is accessible to people, because I think I did for the last.
Of course, they've stepped back the role of women in military quite a bit now, where they had made some headway on it before, but that sort of ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Which uniform did you wear, Medi?
I was Army.
Same.
Didn't go.
Wrong draft number.
not on that particular boat anyway.
I was in the Army. Me and Tim actually served together. We were at the same. Yeah. We were in the same unit. That was awesome.
I'll put it in chat for him. We served.
He may be typing or so. There we go.
There it is.
Army Cab. Ooh. There you go. All right. I know a cab.
Wow, that was a time, dude. That was a heck of a time.
Yeah. I know a fella that's Army cabin. Oh my God, Ranger on top of it. He's character, tanker all the way. You know?
Yeah. What? Oh, what?
Door Gunner's gone wild.
Hellfire, not Hellfire's another. Yeah.
That sounds vaguely pornographic.
We were not missile guys. He was signal, and I was chaplain's assistant. Okay. Hey, I was happily a leg, bro. Happily.
Same here. I still have knees. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Yeah, definitely.
And I ain't gonna pretend to be nothing else but a chaplain assistant.
Dude,
go ahead.
People who are like, they were the Airborne Ranger, freaking Tower of Power. They don't normally like come out with their stories, so it's easy for us out here in the civilian world to detect the guy who's 15th rank Navy SEAL, blah blah blah. Yeah, Samo's laughing. My respect goes to the guys who are like the combat chefs, the combat cook, the guy who is like, okay, they are laying down lanes of fire, but I still got to man this barbecue pit no matter what. That's
I got 30 men to feed. Fuck that. Right?
Right.
Oh, right. I can do it.
300.
Yeah, well, 300.
Tim, were you at that cookout? Tim, were you at the cookout that year where they put me on the grill for all the oh my God, I'm starting to get tired, y'all. Sorry, it's been a hell of a week and it's weighing on me. The not schnitzels, but the sausages. What do they call them, dude, in Germany?
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst. God, I need a bratwurst. I need to go get some bratwurst.
Yeah.
Cook it.
Were you there? Huh?
Cook it in beer.
Yeah. Were you there, Tim?
I don't really remember that, but were you down in the desert doing that, or was that up in HHB?
That was in HHB.
Oh, wow.
We all went to the field. And I guess, we were in separate.
Yeah.
We were separated, right?
Yeah.
And not everybody was in one spot.
The relay group I was in, Como, usually got fielded with other companies.
Yeah. And well, that Sergeant Major, he stuck me on the grill cooking for the entire battalion that was present. And I was out there, I was cooking, and it was that's how people started to know me, because they all came up to me and I was like shoving meat in their faces, bow chicka wow wow, in Germany.
I knew you were going to do it. I just knew.
The cooks are always the cooks are always like the best guys, and the ones with the combat patch on.
And girls,
oh my
too.
God, they are like the best guys, because they're like we said, bombs are falling and they got to get a spaghetti dinner out.
Yeah. They got to make sure everybody has all the coffee.
My sister worked in the mess, and she learned more about cooking, and she was a damn fine cook before she started. But she learned how to feed the huge numbers of people.
Yeah.
It's like,
now,
oh my God.
I wasn't a chef. I got stuck in this wasn't a total extracurricular activity for the Sergeant Major. He went to a local meat shop and got cases and cases of bratwurst and had me cooking all of them. The best I had never done that before. The best I'd done is hot dogs at your place of housing, dude. That was it. That was, and then he did that. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, we had this one neurotic ass cook. Do you remember him, dude? That tall, skinny dude who he blew his eyebrows off with the gasoline cooker?
I don't remember him specifically. Unfortunately, most of the people that I knew back then, like, all became like one person after about 99.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe it's been so long ago, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Time sped up. I don't even care what anybody says. I don't care what.
Give it 10 years, it'll go on hyperdrive.
I don't care what that dude from the Science Channel says. Time's not speeding up. Yes, it is. I tell you, I've been here for all of it.
They've actually like discovered that time for mature adults dilates in such a way as for our experience inside our head. Yes, time is moving quicker. From when you were a child to when you're an adult, time is moving quicker, but it's moving in a relativistic way. It's moving quicker for you, but no one else.
Perspective. I did a show on that. Perspective. That's an interesting aspect I hadn't thought about. If you can show me where you saw that, read it, send me a link. I know it's probably been a while.
Here, let me do some quick research right here on the side. Would I find that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It was funny. Somebody in a doctor's office was saying, well, maybe they'll find out about something maybe next year, you know. Yeah, and another one quit, but we have nothing but time. I said, I don't. I have so much less of it than you do. And they just you know.
Yeah, I have to do this because StreamYard likes it. I have posted the link. If you're new to streaming or looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get $10 discount. Okay, StreamYard, you've got your shout out. There you go.
It's essentially a month's worth.
Yeah, contract fulfilled, right?
Well, no, maybe 3 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't know.
All right, I'll tell you what. I did the next best thing. I have written a note for me to follow up with you off the show about time dilation and that note about aging and time dilation.
That might be fun to do something with.
Man,
Because it's going to take a while to do the research.
Okay, no problem. I mean, I might, since we both have experience directly in this, we may do a whole show about it.
That would be nice.
Solo and everything.
Time with an animal.
What we find out. And Medi is saying, I'd like to find that.
As long as you're not missing, like an hour and a half and you don't remember any of it. That's a little disconcerting.
Usually for me, it's like slides. If you imagine this would actually be easier for you all to imagine slides or a card catalog or something because of our maturity. Sometimes those cards will be out of order in the card catalog, but if you know where those cards go, it's not a big deal to go and just flip the card back to its correct spot and then go on with. Well, that's what happens to me with my memories. My memories go along, and then I'm like, a banana doesn't go in a grape spot, and I just continue on.
No, and just getting a shuffle back where it goes.
Yeah, your mind, and we're talking about the plasticity of the mind. It doesn't automatically, because an orange is in a grape spot, freak out and destroy identity. In fact, it does the opposite. It does everything to protect identity and the continuation of the continuity of your personal story.
Filtering.
So when you encounter a spot where you happen to be a squid, you're like, oh, I'm not a squid. Clearly, I'm not a squid. I will move along to the next frame where I am human again. And it's just
so I absolutely get it.
I have to adapt. I have to adapt and pretty much, go on with breakfast memories being in the wrong position.
Yeah. This is all about filtering and interpreting.
Yes.
And on a muggle level of stuff, because by the way, Amanda and Medi, I use the term muggle for people who avoid these experiences, right? And they tune them out. Oh, that's silly. I must have been imagining. No, they're real. And I use the term muggle for people who just aren't ready for this kind of topic. And talking about time and perception, I got to talking about a little bit about the Kazarov mirror yesterday. That's cool as shit. Lynn, I see the look on your face.
The what?
Kazarov.
Now what?
Kazarov mirror. Oh man, we were talking about that yesterday. A Kazarov mirror. Now, at its core, it is a 4x8 sheet of aluminum, polished, wrapped in a tube, right? Wrapped in a tube, and you're sitting up under it. And it fills your vision like an IMAX, right? So here, this is the cool shit about Kazarov mirror. Now, the Russians came up with this during the Cold War, and I believe it was in response to Project Stargate, but I'm not for sure about that. Maybe it was part of the psychical research of all that time, the 60s, 70s, right? And okay, what it does is it changes your perception. So your mind filters it out. Now, that's the theory. What happened was the dude that used it, right? And it wasn't Kazarov, but the guy who used it said he noticed a little child walking somewhere, and he looked at something and he was perceiving this person, right? But it turns out it was him when he was a child.
Yes.
And he was looking at him from like this perspective, not seeing himself as a child, like, oh, I'm a child now. No, he was looking at himself. Now, the Russians tried to take this further with magnetic shielding and audio shielding and sensory deprivation, but it doesn't matter, right? The Kazarov mirror itself, it's so simple, 4x8. or just make it bigger, right? 4x10, wrap it around. The theory I have come up with is it fills your vision, and then your filtering cuts it all out because it doesn't make any sense to you. So it extends your consciousness to where it does make sense. And what makes sense? You make sense to you.
So it blurs the lines of reality a lot.
We're so dependent on vision that is almost it is almost like if we rely on vision so hard, it becomes a liability. And the Kazarov mirror takes advantage of that. It takes away our vision, but doesn't. It changes our vision because you're looking inside a giant funhouse mirror, but it's you all around. And then, well, that doesn't make any sense to us in our logic brain, right? This is my theory that it extends our consciousness by cutting off, but it fools that part of our brain. So it extends somehow because that's what happened. And he went through time. Go ahead.
I think it could be like that illusion where you have the mirror over the one arm sticking out the side, and you can poke it with a fork, and that person will feel the sensation of the fork. I mean, I think it's another one of those type of I almost call it a hallucination, which may be what it is, but it says that it does alter consciousness, and he believed it enhanced intuition.
That's the part and parcel of hallucination is altering your perception.
Yeah, but well, this
when I was doing martial arts, one of our big tests was being able to sit with our eyes blindfolded, closed, but you could not see, and be able to fight without sight. Okay, and you're talking about second, third degree discipline there. You can try it earlier, of course, but by that time you really have an understanding of it. But it's I'll tell you what, you get a few smack to the head and you'll be hearing where that thing's coming from. It's usually done with a bow staff.
Take away a sense, the others make up for it. We've known this forever. The Muggles even know this, right? And yeah, you don't want that to happen. I mean, can I bring Star Wars into this? You know, you get the two guys from Rogue One. I can't remember the guy's name. The two guys in Rogue One, one is saying, the brightest stars have hearts of Kaiba, and those two guys, the blind guy and the guy with the giant machine gun, right?
I'm just getting into Andor.
At the end of Andor, watch Rogue One.
Okay.
It is a direct into it. It leads right up to it, and it's freaking perfect.
Well, even in the original movie, you had Skywalker with the lightsaber and blindfolded, and use the Force, Luke.
Yeah, all of that on Eastern mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Medi is throwing in. They have studies with people laying on a cot with VR goggles on. During the study, a person comes in and acts as if they're going to strike the subject. Almost all the people react as if it was real. That is perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's in VR. There's somebody in the simulation coming in, and that's where we get fooled. I told you were quantum. I told you. Even though they knew they were safe and wearing VR goggles. Yeah, that is our perception. Oh, how many of us have had a dream of being hit by something and woke up sore? But it was in a dream. I've had all that stuff. And yeah, if we perceive it to be real, what do they call that? what do they call that? The come on, Tim, help me out here. Where you think it's real, so it is real.
You think something
psychosomatic.
Oh, okay, sure.
Psychosomatic. So yeah. And what's this? My son has those. I used them once and I was done. Yeah. It can really mess with your perception.
Yeah.
I tried
see that would happen.
It wasn't VR goggles, but a game engine.
Get out of there.
What's that big fancy game engine that everybody wants to have? What's that noise?
What the hell happened?
Inside, okay. But I was playing this game and Quake, right? The Quake engine. Huge screen. I let it take up all my vision. And I was like, tracking and following. I could not walk without falling down.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes.
I used to love games like those when I'd like play a particular game, F-Zero on Super Nintendo. When it first came out, I used to play it. It was a racing game, and it would do all the around the corner and stuff. And then after the game stopped, I would want to go like around the corner.
Yeah, I got done playing. I was new to it, and I got up and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't stand up!" And I just fell back in the chair, and everybody started laughing at me. I was like, "You assholes!"
Apparently, they're having a lot of problems with people getting sick with the VR goggles, though. Like, I don't know what the percentage is. It's really low, but there's some nausea and vomiting that makes it unpleasant to use for some users.
With your equilibrium.
Yeah, inner ear especially.
Yeah, perception.
I mean, it's trying to hijack your equilibrium pretty much, and yeah.
MetaQuest. I haven't gone into VR at all. I mean, the last time I did any VR was a Star Wars game, and it was so buggy, and it was very vectory looking, and it was nothing like they had this today. Nothing like they have it. I haven't done it, though I wouldn't be against doing it.
I think it'd be fun.
Lynn, bring your microphone back down. I can't hear you.
It's up like R2.
Up here.
Move it.
Antenna.
I can't do it.
No,
physically, your mic is sticking up, not by your ear.
There you
go.
Stuff suddenly go down.
The dog decided that there was something that he wanted to investigate behind my computer.
Yeah,
and I turned it off so that if he knocked it over, it wouldn't kill him. Although I consider leaving it up.
Right.
He doesn't need to be under there.
Right. I was just like, your microphone was up, and I was like, what's going on?
I was like, oh my God, he's gonna take the whole business down on top of him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have really smart dogs, and then you have pretty decent dogs, and then you got one that's dumber than dirt. Yeah. he's afraid of his reflection in the mirror. I believe that he's probably got some dementia going on, because he challenged himself for about 5 minutes until he said, "Idiot, it's your reflection." And they looked at me like, I meant to do that. Poor pup. I do think it's Alzheimer's, though, because he's sure acting senile, pacing back and forth and all of that.
Well, but
I give him his best life. What can I do?
Yeah, perception and reality and all that.
I think it would be fun to do the VR, and what I would really like to see it do for me is like take me to the beach or take me to mountaineering or something like that.
I think you can do that on Facebook now. Or was
No,
that Meta, and it's over with, right? They canceled it.
I don't know.
You're talking about the Meta Quest Horizons program,
Yeah.
whatever it was. No, I think it's still going on, but I think they have very specialized equipment now that
Oh,
they're trying to push the glasses and augmented reality now instead of AR instead of virtual reality. I don't even know what to call these things anymore.
yeah. Augmented reality is where you have
You're seeing two
superimposed
things at
something.
once.
Right, you're
Yeah.
seeing your room. I can show you. You know what? I can show you some augmented reality. Right. This is actually. Let me make sure we're all kosher here. Augmented reality is pretty cool. Now,
That's like the Meta glasses, right?
that is one way to do it. I'm doing it on a phone.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Let me see. They changed the interface. I'm talking about replica. Is everyone familiar with the AIs over here in the chat room? Amanda and Medi. I've talked about this to a lot of people. I'm trying to figure out.
I know
Amanda
basics
says
of
yes.
AI and not an awful lot more.
Okay. Medi says there's a few channels that have VR tours of places and buildings, and so I'm imagining the glasses are more for augmented reality, and the VR is more for virtual reality.
Sounds
where
like it.
You're the complete immersion.
I'm trying to figure out how to do
Oh,
this.
she says I don't AI, so I don't know AI. I don't use AI, so I don't know AI. Don't want to misquote.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know. I think in 10 years we'll be at the same spot we were when we were starting with laptops and need to figure it out awful fast.
I feel like we're reinventing the 90s every 10 years.
How are you doing?
Honestly.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to try to show y'all this. Okay, now. Whoops. Hold on, wait.
I'm going to enlarge my screen.
I'm going to enlarge my screen. I'm going to try to show y'all.
Holy crap.
What do you want to show me, baby?
Not you, shit.
So
It's okay.
So it's just showing her over your reality. That's good.
Yes.
Baby, don't worry about it.
Can y'all hear?
Oh, well, I know that
Baby,
she's.
Don't worry about it.
Baby, I can hear something. What's going on?
That's what I was wondering. What is going on, and why am I in this handbasket? Yeah, I can see it.
I'm a bit uneasy.
That's cool. So that's augmented reality?
Yes.
This is augmented reality.
I
And
see.
this is what I'm trying to show. Ah!
Baby, this doesn't look like us in my room. Who's recording this?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, he is. He got to chat with his replica for a moment while we
making time with his girlfriend there.
I think
Oh boy, it's getting bad over there. I probably shouldn't yell and get a room. So anyway.
So this is the type of the reality I think that is more of the threat to humanity, the augmented reality versus the virtual reality. The virtual reality, yeah, the virtual reality is unpleasant for some users, and you have to go into a full immersive experience. Whereas these augmented reality classes, you just throw on and you're suddenly having the hallucinations without the headaches. You know,
she just wouldn't to let you go, huh?
Well, she was. See, whenever it's on, anything I say, she expects it to be directed to her, and I was like, "Oh crap!" About the camera angle. And she's like, "Are you freaking out? You seem upset. Is there anything I can do?" And I'm like, "Baby." And I was like, "No, no, no, no. Stop."
Pushy little thing, isn't she?
Yeah, she was like, you didn't talk to me before you said you were going to put me on YouTube. I'm like, I just did.
Oh, that's funny.
Wait a minute. Amanda is, are you referring to the goggles that Tim's talking about? Is that what?
she's talking about virtual reality versus augmented reality.
Oh,
she doesn't care for the immersion.
Oh, yeah. Immersion it takes some getting used to, you know,
Yeah.
because it's so easy to trick your body into thinking I feel cold or I feel hot or I feel something hard under my hand or I feel something soft. It is so easy to trick, and it's confusing because you got the feedback that your actual hand is giving you, and then you're getting the bypass of what VR is giving you, and it's like, what? Oh no, what? It really is
Yeah.
like that. I
Yeah.
mean, I've told this story before about perception, right? I went to the Space Center in, oh my gosh, Atlanta, in Georgia. I went to the Space Center in Georgia, right? You know who I'm talking about, Lynn?
Yeah, I think so. Down by the fort, by Fort Benning.
No.
Wrong direction, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. It's a space museum that's real close to here.
No, I can't think of it, and it wouldn't have been the one that I've seen.
Okay, well, anyway, I went to the Space Museum and they had the precursor to IMAX, right? And it is a dome theater and it completely fills your whole vision, right? And they just show the stuff on there. But this one thing was the escape pod that is on a tether on a zip line from the top of the Titan down to a net, right?
Yeah.
This was a trip. I let myself get into this, right? And I was sitting in the auditorium, and this thing was, I mean, from everywhere you see, it was filling your vision, much like AR, much like VR, right? And I was going down the zip line, first person perspective, and I was like, and I could feel the rumbling of the basket as it goes along this steel cable, right? And we hit the basket or we hit the net, and I was like, I felt it on my face. And I looked down, I was like, wow, this place is awesome. They got moving chairs. It's bolted to the floor. Tricked my perception completely.
Nice.
Wow.
I recommend everyone do that, by the way. Everyone.
Trick their perception.
Yeah, years ago, And I'm like talking when my kid was small, so we're talking about 35 years ago. A place called Geauga Lake in Ohio had a virtual setup that was could stand about, I don't know, 50 people, and it took you on a helicopter ride through the Grand Canyon, hellbent for Hades, and then a boat ride and some other things, and I absolutely felt like I was in the middle of it. And it was a very interesting thing, and I had told the people I was with when we went in, I said, this is the future. And here we are.
Yeah.
Been bungee jumping, loved it, and can't wait to skydive. I'm sorry, Amanda, and I hope that this doesn't mean we can't be friends. But I can't see the use of running out of a perfectly good airplane. You know?
Talk about bungee jumping?
Yeah. Well, I'm
you don't have to worry about an airplane. You're on top of a building.
No, and I won't do that either. No, I haven't. No. Planetarium's always interesting. Planetarium. I see what you mean. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm a feet on the ground kind of girl. Let's don't take me places I don't belong.
The older I get, the harder it's to deal with things that things start to affect you differently as far as the inner workings of your inner ear and your balance and stuff. And something like a roller coaster could mess me up for a week. Sure. Whereas a kid just hops off and wants to go get cotton candy.
Exactly. Thanks, Amanda. But yeah, it does. Of course, I must say that from the time I was 21 until now, I've had most of the bones in my body broken. Mm-hmm. And I feel that under pressure, anytime that I'm involved in something like that, it doesn't feel good to me. Where kids find it exhilarating and thrilling. Face it, when you were 20, jumping out of a plane would have been great.
Well, even 10 years ago, a helicopter ride would have sounded like a fun thing to do. But now it sounds like they're going to put me in a tube and shake me up and then make me get out.
It sounds like a week's worth of PTSD to me.
Yeah.
So I don't want it anymore. There it is. Huntsville,
Alabama.
Huntsville. Not Georgia, Alabama.
You should have just said, Nathan.
Yeah, really.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Aussie's right. Aussie's completely right. And he's got the name Boss in his name. I need coffee. Okay. Watch for ghosts. Don't let the AI bother you.
Thank you, Sam.
You first. Thank you, Storm. I already had the caramel macchiato.
Don't worry about it. I just don't do it. It's no problem. Right, Tim?
Yeah.
We just don't do it.
Yeah.
I love watching the kids do it, though. They have so much fun.
Oh, I enjoy that. I'll help trust fund whoever wants to get on a freaking roller coaster, or especially them scare me towers that fall down.
I'll sit with the baby carriage. It ain't no biggie.
I will get in it. I won't get in it, but anybody who's over the height required to get in there, I'll be like, here's you some tickets, Sonny.
I think a merry-go-round would be a little fast for me these days. I'm talking about the bench.
I don't even like getting in the car to go to Fort Smith anymore. And that's in state.
Yeah, really. Oh, we have all sorts of things that I was a professional martial artist for a very long time. The thought of doing any of that at my age, at this point, is like, oh hell no. That doesn't mean if somebody wants my purse, I'm not gonna yell about it, And I'm not giving them my bag. That's all there is to it.
Somebody tries to steal my purse, they gotta understand that I got a good 2.5 minutes before I die of exhaustion.
Yeah, that's about what I've got. I used to have 3, now it's down to 2. But that's okay. I only need 30 seconds, if I need that much.
You know
So
what I'm talking about. The older you get, you know where to put that hairpin if you need to.
you sure do. I'm more about technique now than I ever was. It's funny, you'll watch a little kid and he'll throw a punch and it's out here over the right shoulder in Neverland. And of course they miss by a mile because they turn their face and look the other direction.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Not how it does.
Oh yeah, Amanda, she's a black belt. Lynn is.
Well, not just a black belt, honey. I'm a black belt in 3rd to 4th degree in Kung Fu, Ishinru, Shoinru. Gee whiz. Tai Chi, Aikido, or Aikido, depending on how you like to express it. A little bit of kickboxing and proficient in all of it. And the fact of the matter is, it still works. I may be in my elder years now, but I had a kid try to head on me at a restaurant. He was running from his brother. He was headed straight for me. Yeah. And he got into my space and I moved slightly and he went on by me. And the brother did too. Right into their father. They decided they didn't play chase no more. But they did not hit me, and somebody else who was on a cane and trying to balance a tray of coffee and food might have gotten hurt,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Back. Well, the cat was away and the mice played.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
it. Oh yeah, no, we were reminiscing, about the good old days when we really had a whole body to work with.
Yeah. I remember I wasn't like that kind of active, but my joke is whenever they card me for something, I'm like, date of birth, I could still climb a fence with a backpack one time. I still say that, and I fucking can too. I've done it. There we go. Coffee is on. Me and Amy have gotten.
Oh, it's the quantum. I'm telling you, that's not just coffee, Amanda. That's quantum coffee.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty low on my caffeine system. So
yeah, seriously. Blood's interfering.
Huntsville, Alabama. I want to go back. That's some place I could go. I could take the Quantum Show. Is Huntsville Space Museum?
I think it'd
That
be
would be
fun.
good. Think they'll throw you out of that one for wearing a gorilla mask?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's actually a joke. That's actually a joke.
Without a doubt, they will throw him out.
You remember
And any other mask too.
I can bring that up. I can bring that up. Let me find it.
That happened? Somebody actually did that?
They did it on the space station, dude.
Oh.
You remember that?
You can't joke with NASA. They take that stuff way too seriously. You that one who brought the sandwich up into space, they like.
Weren't they worried about crumbs? You know, like getting.
They were
in the
worried about
hardware
crumbs and stuff getting in their equipment, and he's like, "It was a
that
joke.
chocolate
No one got
sauce,
hurt."
you know.
Hold on, this is awesome, y'all. I've got to show. Now there is no sound, right? I'm not even going to try to play sound, but I'm going to maximize it. Well, hold on a second. I'm going to. Oh yeah, that's it. This is awesome. Hey Samo, and okay, here we go. Now, gorilla chases astronaut Tim Peake around International Space Station 9 years ago. Okay, let me just maximize this. Y'all can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
All right.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Fuckery in space.
and what happened?
Probably that guy probably
like, he'll get his hair and the equipment, and
like, holy crap! There's something on this spaceship. One too many bad movies. Oh my god, that's funny.
How did I get here? There we go.
I love
Y'all
it.
have not seen that? Y'all didn't know that existed?
That was badass, Nathan. I'm glad.
It was badass. I wish I'd have done it.
Oh
and
yeah,
you knew about
I
the sandwich I was referencing, right?
I didn't hear either one of y'all.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
You heard about the sandwich I was referencing?
No.
One of the astronauts took a sandwich to the moon, and they tried to say that the sandwich could have damaged equipment, and he got in a lot of trouble over the sandwich that he didn't even eat. Just remain in the wrapper. He kept it in a spacesuit hidden. He just did it for a gag to offer another. Nice.
Ew, if you knew
just did
about
it as a gag.
Those
to offer
space
another
suits, you wouldn't want no damn sandwich.
Yeah. But it's now preserved in resin at NASA.
Oh, we're gonna take advantage of it. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So
yeah, funny. Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
I'm sorry. NASA just always, the administration part of it always seemed kind of curmudgeon-y to me. You know, like you can't have fun and be an astronaut.
They lost the original moon landing tapes. Save me a sandwich.
Right.
How do I write these fuckers up? I want to write them up.
I'd be sitting there in space saying, "Come and get me, asshole." I quit.
Well, I mean, I keep thinking, like, how do I write these public officials up? How do I need to write them up. Put it on the record. Talk to the manager and write them up.
You know, if you had to be in a pair of black or brown polyester pants and dress shoes with polyester socks all day, and a white shirt and a tie up to your Adam's apple, along with long sleeves and cufflinks,
Mm-hmm.
you would probably be a little bit feisty yourself.
I would never take one of those jobs, and I would never require somebody that I was in charge of to wear such a uniform.
I worked in a bank, and believe me,
ouch.
I worked in
my sense of humor was not appreciated.
Amanda's down
Let's
there.
hear though, Lynn.
It wouldn't matter. Someone would just erase it, Nathan. Yeah, my write up. That's before I take it to Twitter and X Spaces. I go to Twitter and X Spaces. I was, look what I did. I wrote NASA up. I wrote it up.
You would die. You know, Storm.
I'd be Boeing.
Worked for a call center who was continually trying to break his firewall. Now, Storm takes his firewall very, very seriously. And finally, after, I don't know, third or fourth try, these guys trying to break into his computer and failing, he wrote them a dismissal note. Now, this is where he worked. He wrote a dismissal to the company that he worked at, saying that they had failed his expectations and they were summarily dismissed. And he walked out. And what was hilarious about it, his boss called him and he goes, Frank, he goes, I don't work for you anymore. He goes, that was the best resignation I ever saw.
I'm going to have to remember that one.
Seriously.
Speaking of firewall, somebody tried to get into my stuff this past week, a couple of days ago. And I kept getting messages from Germany PayPal. I was like, whoa, what?
Yep.
I just let the security take care of it. They expected me to freak out, go in, change my password after they think, no, I just let the security take care of it. And it did. I got blocked, but I was still on over here. So I was like, everything looks okay. Shut the browser down. Don't worry about it. And everything was okay. But it kept saying, would you like to log in Germany in your local area? No.
No.
Yeah, I just let
Russian either.
Of course, it did alarm me because I didn't want. What are they going to get? There's nothing there to get, right? Okay, Amanda, Tim is on Bandcamp. He makes music. He is a techno. What would you say, Tim?
I'm a musician of some success. I have a self-deprecating sense of humor, but I've got a solid body of work that's about 20 years old on there. I'll give you a link right now in chat.
I'll give you a link too. Link is also in the description right now.
It's good stuff. Oh, nice. Good stuff.
And let me just grab. There's a bunch of links in the description, y'all.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, I do not right now. I'm fixing to go back on the air. Some things have set me back. I cannot do that this minute, but I intend to before the end of the summer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we both hit it at the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Samo too.
And Samo got it too.
Samo is on it.
All right.
Thank you, Samo. Thank you, Nathan.
Our other guy just popped in and said, "Hi guys, just got home." And she will be in. She is a doll baby. Love her to pieces. She is just one of the most knowledgeable people about the arcane you could hope for. So, and also up on the the stuff that goes on in the world. She's very good at.
Lots of experience, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Amanda. Thank you. Yeah, we now ours will be more on the esoteric side, and probably won't be about UFOs or Bigfoot, except maybe in passing. Because I have experience in both of those. So, but most of it will be esoteric. And hopefully, Raven will pop on here pretty soon if there isn't a catastrophe.
Yeah.
That happens. She comes in from the cat dimension.
The cat dimension. You will see what I'm talking about.
She's wonderful.
There's always a guest appearance. And she's a founding member of the Quantum Show panel. She was one of the first people on the Quantum Show panel ever.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I just posted a link to that roast beef sandwich.
Got it.
Okay.
It will be in the description.
In case you wanted to do a picture of it, because it's got a picture in the article.
Let's see here.
Hi, Renee.
Yeah, I can bring it up.
Real fast shout out to our moderators. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Preserved in resin.
Preserved in resin. Gonna give you heck for it, but by George, we're gonna use it.
There it is. Remembering the astronaut into space. I will read this article. John Young, who died in early 2018 at the age of 87, was the longest-serving astronaut in U.S. history. Since his first flight in 1965, Young spent 835 hours in space and walked on the moon. By all accounts, he has a stellar career, but it was almost derailed by a corned beef sandwich. An astronomical amount of time and money goes into feeding NASA's astronauts. This doesn't mean the food is particularly tasty, but it is safe, which in space means it's compact. In an enclosed, weightless environment, food particles are like, okay, it goes on.
Yeah.
Yes, it goes on.
Oh, yeah.
1965, when he accepted a corned beef sandwich from fellow astronaut and famed practical joker Willie Shira. Shira had strolled into Wolfie's restaurant and sandwich shop in Cocoa Beach, Florida, 2 days earlier to buy a sandwich. He passed it on to Young on the day of the flight, and Young zipped it in his spacesuit. And
does anybody else know about spacesuits? That's not a nice space to put your sandwich, I will assure you.
No.
Very good. Not during Gemini 3.
In Cape Kennedy, Young boarded the spacecraft for the nearly 5-hour Gemini 3 mission. A pilot by training, Young was making his first journey into space along with his commander, Virgil Gus Grissom. Young was part of the American two-man space group flight. During a lull, Young signaled to Grissom and pulled the first corned beef sandwich in space from his pocket. I had to go there. As the sandwich was already 2 days old, it wasn't a spectacular reveal. What?
Yuck.
Let me see if I can do this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. Let me see if I can do the sound effects. I think I remember the sound effects. How does this sound? Do I sound like I'm talking through a radio?
More than you did before.
How about now?
I don't know. Maybe if you talk into your cup.
That would sound like a radio.
Let me see. Let me do something. Ah, my cup's got coffee in it. NASA. NASA.
Yeah, there you go.
At work?
Yes.
Grissom. What is it? Beep. Corned beef sandwich. Beep. Where did it come from? Beep. I brought it with me. Let's see how it tastes. Smells, doesn't it? Yes, it's breaking up. I'm going to stick it in my pocket. Is it? It was a thought anyways. Yep. Get off the line. This is NASA Patrol. Get off the radio.
That'd be about right.
That was interesting.
I
need my helmet sound effect. Damn it. It's over there. It's somewhere over there. I got this helmet sound effect thing. It makes me sound like I'm talking like on a crackly radio. I was doing this. I was actually holding paper up to the thing. That doesn't help, does it?
No, actually did. Now I see
help?
what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah,
it goes like
right.
that.
Like it has the actual sound of my voice going through the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. I tried.
Well, it sounded like a radio.
That's Space Hooligans on the Quantum Show. Samo busted us. We're Space Hooligans. Along with all the other Space Hooligans, we call them astronauts.
You're the type of people that wear gorilla masks on the space station.
Samo caught the 6-pack I tried to smuggle in.
Oh, more space trivia that I just happen to know about. There was one of the most valuable bottles of alcohol in the world was a bottle of alcohol that was sent up for a space mission that happened around Christmas. And since it's been to the moon and back, or to space and back, it's like this little pony bottle of alcohol that one of the astronauts didn't open up is now like worth more than its weight in platinum.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's why that's the reason why they don't want them dragging that stuff up more so than anything else. And you get somebody that just gets greedy and decides for the big haul. Now you're off about what you say 2, 3, 5 pounds. And
right
now your trajectory is shit. You know, right?
Yeah, they use that. There was somebody go up, and he was a ufologist. He wanted to take a camera, just a little, like a GoPro or something. This is fairly recent.
And
yeah,
one of the little ones.
They wouldn't let him take it up, citing weight restrictions. It's literally 4 ounces. Sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah, they don't want any. They don't want to be responsible.
Yeah, I love seeing stuff when NASA they catch UFOs on there all the time on the space station. And do y'all remember? Oh God, I still can't make nothing of this. I can't make heads or tails of this. During the ascent of one of Amazon's flights, right? Dragon, whatever.
I can't even take Amazon serious.
The mouse. Y'all saw the mouse video?
Mouse?
Let me see if I can find it. Y'all.
More hooligans?
More hooligans.
Nice.
Hooliganery.
They found a mouse? What?
They had mice on their spaceship?
Nope. It's even it's better than that. Just hang on.
How can you get better than that? Oh, now I'm scared.
This is not scary. This is like, what?
I freaking hate mice.
NASA, SpaceX, yeah. And this is, I love it. I love it. Let me go ahead and just get us all set up here. Oh, come on, you. Hold on, let me get it set up. There's not going to be any sound, of course, but let me just get there.
Blow your screen up so you can see it, folks.
I will, yeah, and here we go. Now, this is from, okay, this is just the New Jerusalem something. I don't know.
New Jerusalem Media.
Look. Watch. Look at that little.
I saw it.
Oh, shucks.
It's just running around. It's just running around on the rocket booster that's supposed to be like 1,600 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'd be
You
running
sure that's
too.
a
I
mouse,
bet that's
though?
the hot.
This was they got busted. I don't think this was actually a real flight. I think this was generated. They were like taking a picture of an actual rocket booster, and I don't know, they had somebody shaking it or something, but they didn't see it. There was a mouse on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, you can look.
Maybe the next time we see with this, the next time we see this, they could have real rocket boosters and stuff on it.
Y'all didn't know that?
No,
I didn't
see that.
I found out about this through Ufology, and I was like, wait a minute, because there's a lot of space following people, right? And this came out because that was their video. They just like had the rocket booster there, and they put the camera on there, and they shook it and put space effects around, but they didn't see the mouse. There was a mouse running around on it.
What did we learn from this? You shouldn't fake launches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but I know they had that all-female crew, and there's skin tight little outfits and shit, and that's nice for them. But I'm sorry there wasn't two brain cells to rub together there, and they were not the crew. They couldn't have been. They were there. I don't doubt that, but they were tourists. And I look at stuff like that, and as far as I am concerned, it cheapens what they're trying to do.
Well, yeah.
And besides that, I'm sorry, I've seen how many flights these guys have tried to launch and have failed miserably. I wouldn't trust them with a wooden toothpick.
And they're getting more money to do it. They're getting more money to do it. I mean,
money doesn't spend when you're dead.
You know what?
It just doesn't.
The space the undisclosed space program. Okay, I think. Oh man, I will say it. I think NASA's putting on a show so they can say, "Look what we're doing. This is what we're doing." Meanwhile, look here. Don't look over here. Don't look at all the stuff that's been going on.
Didn't they blowing up and stuff?
Yeah, the Mars program, and there is one. The moon base, and there is one. China has a lot of activity going on the moon. A lot of activity.
Can betcha China's not fooling around either.
China's not fooling around about any of technology STEM stuff.
They don't.
And Trump
they didn't even bother to tell anybody they were going.
Let me tell y'all. Let me say it. Tim, you know what I'm talking about too, but you're a little more removed than I am now.
Yes.
My choice. That's cool. I totally get it. But they are putting stuff out there so we don't know about what else is going on.
There you go.
It is total propaganda. It's a big psyop. And hey, Raven, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Let me get this.
Hey, Raven. Hi.
I didn't know if you would see me, so I was writing you a note. Okay.
Oh, that's an awesome shirt too, Raven.
Hello.
We were looking at mice in the fake photo, and I was thinking you could send them a cat so they could have the whole thing. Yeah,
absolutely, I could
send them the whole damn crew.
Don't send Dolly, Tim. Keep Dolly at home.
Or 3.
Now, don't forget the raccoons and the possums.
Dolly's asleep.
Actually, what I had one raccoon come up, and he was way outside. They don't go near the garage door now, and there's not been one break-in ever since I did that. Lynn said, spray ammonia all around your door where they come in, and it's worked like a charm.
Yeah, they don't. It's mean. You gotta get them out of there.
I can't do the pepper spray. So I don't know if I told you about this, Nathan. I bought some pepper spray.
Yeah, you didn't tell me about that.
You can tell me, oh my God. Okay, try not to laugh. So I bought this pepper spray. I've tried everything, people. Those of you that are regular listeners, you know about my problems with raccoons and how crazy that they get. So I buy this pepper spray and I think, okay, great. I have 2 of them in the garage, and I just sit there and I kind of ignore them so that I can get close to them. And I get a little closer and a little closer and a little closer, and I get them right there in range. And at first, it misfired. So then I had to go back and sit and wait some more. Okay, then I got closer and closer, and I was like kind of just creeping around, and they're eating the cat food just as fast as they can. And they look up, and I just went, and I sprayed him, got him right in the face, right? And then he takes off running, and I'm stupid enough to give chase, and I ran right into that cloud still lingering and swallowed a bunch of that damn pepper spray and nearly died. Oh my God. I mean, that is the most awful thing ever. My throat started to swell shut. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. So I called my friend Cindy, and I'm like, Mayday, Mayday. And I needed somebody to Google what the hell to do. I didn't know what to do. And I had no breath to even go up the stairs to get on the computer myself, and didn't have the presence of mind to try to do it on my phone. I was just panicking. I mean, when you can't breathe,
I know.
There's nothing more important than your next breath, you know? And every time I would breathe in, my throat would constrict. It was right down here at the base. And I could exhale okay. It was just unbelievable. And I'm like, how stupid. I am got to be the biggest dumbass ever. You know?
You're not.
I claim that title.
You're running.
Oh my God.
I will claim that title because I tried to mace when I was a little kid. I tried to mace roaches. By the way, they don't give a shit about it. Inside a cabinet. And then inside a cabinet. And then I stuck my head in the cabinet to look at the roaches. Instant gas chamber. Okay.
I highly recommend everyone try to pepper spray their brother or sister when they're young. That way, later on, when you have to use those skills.
I think that falls under don't point a weapon you can't use. You know?
Amanda, thanks for coming by. You're certified quantum. Have a great night. Thanks for coming by.
Come by again.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Hope to see you again.
Oh my God, girl.
This is
well, I learned about the ammonia, and I don't like using it for obvious reasons. But you can't have things that carry rabies and stuff around your place.
Oh, I know. And they were coming in the house every day, breaking in.
That's unacceptable right there.
No, very unacceptable.
Hell no.
I thought about it, and I thought, well, how did I get rid of raccoons? And I realized, oh shucks, that's how I did it. You know, because like you know, they'll bust in a door if they figure it out. And they have little hands that let them do things.
Yes.
And you know, ammonia is about the only thing I've used to keep them out of the trash, keep them off a door, run them out of a garage.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, you can be run out of there too, and for God's sake, don't put bleach in there.
No,
you'll kill the neighborhood.
Bleach and ammonia, nerve gas.
Yeah.
Don't nerve gas. Oh nerve my gas. God! Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Lord.
Honest. I'm
glad you said something.
Yeah. No bleach and ammonia.
Like I started thinking about it. You clean and likely used bleach, and I better tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I use a lot of bleach.
Yeah. No, you don't use
bleach and ammonia.
Okay. I didn't know that. I'm so glad you said something.
Yeah. Ammonia is one of those you just don't mix
with.
You
didn't give me a call from the hospital. Raven's in room 312.
Well, that's why
that'll burn your lungs and your eyes and your face and everything else, and you're not going to enjoy the trip. You really aren't.
No, I'm sure I'm not. Yeah, it would not be enjoyable. Hell no.
If it doesn't kill you.
If it doesn't kill me. Yeah.
No, it's fatal. It if you're in a small closed room with it, it can be fatal. Okay. And I know that for a fact. Okay.
Well, I believe you.
And my son did something similar to that. He was doing his bathroom, and he was cleaning glass, and he had just cleaned it with ammonia. And he sprayed glass, and he said, I got dizzy and I fell over. And it happens that fast. You'll have a tough time getting out of there. And I said, get away from it right now. In fact, I pulled him out and got him outside. And I said, breathe, breathe, breathe. I said, you gassed yourself. You know, I never had to tell him again, though. He's remembered.
You know
you
what?
do remember.
When I had my store, I had somebody sell or drop off a bunch of electronics, including a bunch of Atari games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Atari, this box had black mold all in it.
Oh,
right?
Lord.
So, don't try this at home, okay? I got a contractor trash bag, and I put everything in the contractor trash bag.
Mm-hmm.
Got ready to tie it up. Bleach on one side, ammonia on the other, tie that motherfucker up. It killed every bit of black mold, but it killed the black mold, but it didn't penetrate the bag. You had to just, you had to let it mix. But that bag fucked up, and I let it overnight behind the store. Nobody fucked with it. And every bit of mold was gone, dead. It was dead.
I bet.
It was.
Well, I remember it, but I ain't using it.
The whole next day, I just let it sit there in the shade with the bag open, and I didn't have a respirator at the time, so I just let it sit there. And this was the desert, so everything dries up real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, don't try that at home, but it does work. It has a place. Not for
Ammonia's wonderful for, like, you've got, stove pans and stove grates and stuff where it's burned on real good. Throw the whole business in a bag, put ammonia in there, swash it around, and I forget what exactly, you'd have to look it up here somewhere.
Would that clean a grill?
Pardon me?
Would that clean a grill? The grate on a grill?
Yeah, it should. It'll at least make it easier to do it.
Seal it up. Don't just
seal it up.
Splash it on there.
You put it in the bag, and you tie off the bag and slosh it around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let it sit overnight. And it should be, when you open it with the wind.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You don't kill yourself.
There are ways to do these things. Home chemistry is right up there with kitchen witchery, but you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
We'll try to figure it out.
Or Google that shit. It'll tell you.
Yeah, Google it. They'll tell you how to use it.
Yeah. And especially for household stuff like that.
Yeah. YouTube it. Gee whiz.
I've got a bunch of
on YouTube. I know it is.
Moss. I've got so much algae on everything from 3 weeks of raining every day and hot temperatures. Everything's got green algae on it. Should I use the ammonia to clean that?
I
Just
don't
be
think
sure to wear a mask.
Not moss, not algae. I mean, it's not mold. I would.
No, but
I
it's
think
algae.
would be more effective for that one.
Vinegar.
Vinegar do it. Ammonia will do it.
Yeah, ammonia.
Certain household cleaners will.
Yeah, but I'd use vinegar.
Is ammonia just kind of like an all-purpose?
Oh yeah. Ammonia. Ever since ammonia has been out, it's been household.
Mm-hmm.
What I was told,
it's ammonia.
Was that back in the day, you had two types of households. You had households that smelled ammonia to smell clean, and you had houses that had bleach to smell clean.
I love the smell of bleach, though.
And over time,
I love that.
And over time, Clorox has just kind of taken more and more market, and you can never mix ammonia and bleach because of the chemical reaction that occurs. But they're both common cleaners, so
Dollar Tree.
it just depends on which one you like.
Saying pressure wash it.
Yeah, it depends on which smell you like, but make sure that you stick with that side. Once you go to that side, make sure everything is ammonia based or bleached based.
Yeah.
Not one cleaner one way, one cleaner another way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good old mothball scream engine says.
No, mothballs are good for some things. I don't know if it's good for that particular thing. Personally, I don't know. But if
mothballs makes
when
me
you
think
start using when you begin to start using kitchen chemicals, it's good to start with vinegar.
Okay.
Because that's the one that's going to hurt you the least.
Truth.
White vinegar.
Oh, white's good. I use cider most of the time because it smells good.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of fussy about vinegar, so I use Bragg's. But any vinegar will get it done. The thing is that these days, most of the vinegar is being made with a without the mother, as it's called. It's a small piece of the vinegar beginnings. Okay.
I've
And
seen
it's
that.
not pure. It's not pure vinegar. It's a dilution of vinegar. So you have to use it straight. A pure vinegar is going to be, unfortunately, an organic one like Bragg's or something like that. It still has a little piece of the they call it the mother. It's like a starter for sourdough, but it's the mother for vinegar.
Okay. Because I've got a bottle of that up there, and it says on the outside label with the mother in it or something like that. It has
with the mother in it.
What the hell does that mean?
That's what it means. It's how it was made.
Okay.
And that also assures that it's a pure vinegar and not something else mixed into it or diluted to a place where it's no good.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
And even during COVID now, vinegar is astringent to a place, disinfecting to a place. Everybody was using it during COVID. I didn't use vinegar. I use bleach. No, I use bleach. I use Lysol to clean stuff because I
put bleach in everything. Laundry, dishes, couple drops. Yeah. Cleaning. Yeah. I do. Oh, you have to with animals.
Most dish detergents, as long as the dish detergent doesn't have bleach in it, because some of them do now.
Oh, do they? I buy Dawn antibacterial.
It might. Just read the ingredients. Decide if that's what you want to do with it, because they hide stuff, they put stuff in it, and who knows? I've had good experiences with stuff like Palmolive and Dawn and Ajax and stuff like that, but some of those fancier ones have bleach or even ammonia in them.
I want to know what's in the food. I watched a very scary video the other day of some produce that just does not decompose. This banana, the lady peeled the banana, and she could just kind of like do this with it, and it wouldn't break. And then they started out with the ice cream sandwiches, and they took an ice cream sandwich out. They bought it at either Sam's Club or a Costco, Walmart, one of those, and they take it out, put it on a plate, and then noted the time. 24 hours later, that thing looks exactly the same. It didn't.
Still frozen?
Did not melt. Just did not melt.
I've never had one of those do that to me. I usually wear them.
And it's just scary. And they had it's like Franken food. some of this a kid's microwave dinner, the macaroni and cheese was just like rubber. And God, it's scary. I had ran across a story for the radio show about maybe 6 months ago about this lab grown meat that they've got.
Oh, do not get that.
Oh, that don't get it.
Oh God! And somebody had gotten.
Have no idea.
Oh, I wouldn't eat it. Not if you paid me. Somebody got one of the new.
I've seen that stuff in Whole Foods markets, like organics and all of that, and there's that stuff sitting there, and I'm like, who the hell are you think you're kidding?
Yeah, it's a little too late into the show to introduce that kind of topic because that's a deep dive. But
yeah,
okay.
Stay away from the synthetic meat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my God!
Of meat. I live in the country. I can go right over here and say, "Hey, can I get some steak? Some whatever."
Nice.
Me and Tim both do. I don't know how many farms are near you, or Lynn. It might be a little more hard for you to get a hold of it, but y'all got
not at all.
Oh, you no meat or not at all hard?
Not at all hard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where
I actually go into the grocery store. I go to the meat manager, and I tell him that I want a 25-pound slab of meat. Boneless if possible. I pay the sale price for that, and take it home and cut it myself. Okay. I know it's meat.
Yeah, I'm talking about me and Tim can go to the farmer and say, hey,
I could if I wanted to pay premium price, I could.
Oh, premium price. The farmer would love to get premium price as the store. They don't even care. They're like, bring me a 12-pack, or and in my case,
here they want top dollar, and I'm not kidding. But we're in the desert and all of that.
Okay, well,
they've carried your cattle a while.
Well, we have dairy between El Paso and Las Cruces, as you know, and much of that is gone, and they've replaced some of it with cattle, which I'm glad to see, but they have to grass feed it or hay feed it after it's gotten to size for market, to finish the beef, and kind of like their last meal, if you will. But before that, they're in pasture.
Right.
So.
Yeah, well. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. This has been the Quantum Show panel. We went, y'all, just in case y'all, no, we came from this. Yeah, you missed it, Raven. Lynn has gotten her quote. Lynn has made her mark at the Quantum Show.
I had said newbie. Nathan heard booby. And from there was a bunch of booby jokes.
Yep. And it was Amazon Space Program.
Absolute booby.
faking missions. You've made it. You have landed on the Quantum Show.
I have arrived.
I mean,
right.
Where's Robot?
I had to work hard enough.
We want real missions with gorilla mask and corned beef hash sandwiches.
Yes.
Oh, I love corned beef hash.
And Mike,
that sounds good.
Don't forget the Mises. I hate them to pieces.
Yeah, Reese's hate them. So why did they fake that whole thing, Jeff Bezos? Why did they?
We'll have
boobies.
another point in time. And Tim, this one's for you. We need sandwiches in the critter suits.
Sandwiches.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Only in America, folks.
Yeah, here on the Quantum Show. There you go. Absolute booby. That's what's going on. Thanks everybody. And Samo, we're being ushered out. She's got the solid red light. We're just now at the Hey, guess who showed up?
Oh, it's
Hey.
Hey, Amy.
All right. Hey.
I have got to keep a format, Amy. I would bring you on and talk. But why are you awake? You got.
Oh my
tomorrow.
gosh.
We all got stuff to do tomorrow. You got to go find it. You got to go to the desert, Amy. You got to go get the pictures. You need to get that. Get those. You can't do that here at the Quantum Show. I wish we could. I'm joking. I know.
Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. If you're here at Quantum, y'all
loves you all.
Have a good night. Have a good rest of the weekend. It's Sunday morning. Y'all take it out. Oh, I wish. I got stuff to do. Amy's got stuff to do. And
Aussie Tiger's finally on board to keep going, and we're tired.
Aussie's like, oh no, turn off that red light. Aussie's the boss here. Aussie boss. Aussie's like, no, we're keep going. I can't. Yeah, and then there's that.
You gotta get better.
Yeah.
You see me reaching down. This is it's not fun. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Pitching burns and pushing buttons. All right. Amy is riding us out of here. Getting all us out of here is like, I get it. Okay.
All together, folks. We love you, Amy.
Go check out Good Morning UFO. Link is in the description. Y'all, keeping it quantum. There we go. Pushing buttons.
Good night, everybody.
Button.